Hey everyone, how is it going? My name is Shinyside, and for this video, we are going to be taking a look at the ambitious 3D platformer that is Yooka-Laylee. Does that name sound familiar to you? Does it ring any bells? Well, if you grew up gaming throughout the 90s, it definitely should, because Yooka-Laylee is the spiritual successor to one of gaming's most influential franchises, Banjo-Kazooie. But okay, maybe that bit of gold right there isn't enough to get you excited for the game. Or maybe you're just too young to remember what the hell a Banjo-Kazooie is. Either way, that's what I'm here for. Let's get into it with Yooka-Laylee and just why you should be hyped for it. Now there's a good chance that you've never heard of Playtonic Games. This is their first title after all, but they have already gained a massive following. And that's because this team of developers is made up of many former Rare employees. Old school Rare, that is. If you missed out on the Nintendo 64 era, you need to know that Rare were absolute giants. Title after title, they released a critical acclaim. They could do no wrong. I mean, back then, kids were practically raised on their games. Alongside The Simpsons and Dragon Ball Z, of course. Some of their noteworthy games on the N64 include GoldenEye 007, Banjo-Kazooie, Jet Force Gemini, Donkey Kong 64, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Tooie, and my personal favourite, Conker's Bad Fur Day. So yeah, Rare was pretty special, and the team at Playtonic Games played a huge part in its success, particularly when it came to the Donkey Kong and Banjo games. Unfortunately, Rare was acquired by Microsoft in 2002. They still managed to release some decent titles under the Xbox brand, but with many of their original members gone, they were never able to recapture the magic they once had. Anyway, when Playtonic Games announced the Kickstarter for Yooka-Laylee on the 1st of May 2015, it was wildly successful, reaching its initial goal of £175,000 after only 38 minutes. Clearly, there are a lot of people excited for Yooka-Laylee, and considering it's being developed by a team that has been responsible for some of the best platformers of all time, it's easy to see why. Without a doubt, our two heroes this time have some pretty big shoes to fill, but Playtonic has done an excellent job with the designs of Yooka and Laylee. They are heavily reminiscent of Banjo and Kazooie, but at the same time, different enough to have an identity of their own. Yooka is the always easygoing and good-natured chameleon. He has the ability to double jump and he strikes down foes with his tail twirl. He also has the slurp shot, which I guess is just another name for his tongue. He can regain health by eating butterflies, or he can eat berries to gain various abilities, and glow cool colours. Of course he can do more, but unlocking these abilities for the first time is part of the fun, and I'd rather not ruin that for you guys. Next up, we have Laylee, our brash and impatient bat friend. She's pretty much the opposite of Yooka, personality-wise. She's lazy, offensive, and seems to have a witty remark for just about anything. Her abilities include the sonar shot, which allows her to stun enemies, and also activate switches, and the sonar explosion, which is basically an AoE stun. Yooka and Laylee are both great individually, but they are at their best when they work together as a team. As a duo, they have many more abilities. Their offensive moves are more versatile, with the air attack and the buddy slam. And their movement is increased with the ability to fly and glide. They also have this move called the reptile roll, and I gotta say, it's pretty awesome. Laylee basically uses Yooka as a wheel in order to climb steep surfaces and move a bit faster. All up, I really like Yooka and Laylee. I know it must have been a challenge, but I think Playtonic has struck a great balance between appealing to old fans and new fans. If you played Banjo back in the day, then this new duo should feel instantly familiar. If you didn't, that's okay, because Yooka and Laylee have enough of their own charm to please anyone. These type of games are known as collectathons for a reason. and if you're the type of person that likes to platinum their games, then prepare to spend a lot of time in Yooka-Laylee because you'll have no shortage of things to do. The main collectible this time around will be the Pagey, and just like the jigsaw pieces in the Banjo games, Pageys will be scattered around the game world and will often require you to complete different tasks or side quests in order to access them. Once you've collected a certain amount of Pageys, you can take them to a grand tomb in order to unlock more worlds or even expand upon worlds that you've already unlocked, allowing you access to previously unseen areas. Apart from Pageys, you'll also be collecting quills, the game's main form of currency. These can be exchanged at an NPC named Trouser the Snake for different unlocks, such as new abilities. It's a long list, so I'm not going to name them all, but you'll also be collecting Playtonics that give you various enhancements, Ghost Riders that reward you with more Pageys, and Play Coins that give you access to different arcade machines. But it's not all about collecting stuff. Well, I mean it kind of is, because everything you do in this game leads to collecting something, but you'll be doing many different activities to reach your precious collectibles. This is a platformer, so of course you'll be jumping your way over various obstacles, but there's also plenty of puzzles to solve, hidden secrets to find, and of course, plenty of mini-games to take part in. Yooka-Laylee also has a pretty old school level design, where you will come across many sections in the game that you won't be able to complete until you've unlocked certain abilities or completed certain tasks. This encourages you to revisit old worlds that you've already unlocked, so that you can gain access to new stuff. It's pretty cool, and that's really what collectathons are all about, collecting stuff so that you can collect more stuff. Anyway, you're always going to have something to do in Yooka-Laylee, and just like the games that inspire it, you can expect to be playing it for a long time. As you can probably tell by my excitement for this game, I'm a 90s kid. That means a few things, I guess. I learned how to read thanks to Goosebumps, I know I should never own a pet thanks to my Tamagotchi, and that my role model to this day is still Johnny Bravo. Well, Yooka-Laylee looks to turn back the clock, as it gives plenty of nods to the past. Its worlds are massive, and they feature an open design that doesn't hold your hand. You're free to explore them and complete objectives in any way you see fit. And they each come with their own unique theme, which makes exploring them so enjoyable. That's one of the things I remember most about the Banjo games. The worlds were so enchanting, it really felt like you could get lost in them forever. There were no guides back then, nothing to tell you what to do or where to go. You'd just play the game until you'd seen everything it had to offer. As a kid, it's not like you could afford new games all the time anyway, so you pretty much had to 100% whatever game you had. Supporting Yooka and Laylee on their adventure is a strong cast of captivating characters. Yep, they all have their odd quirks, but that's what makes them so likable. Even the villains. You can tell Playtonic had some fun designing these guys, and of course, they all still speak in that funny way, just like in the Banjo games. The Banjo games are also notable for their music, and you'll be glad to hear that Grant Kirkhope, the mastermind behind them and so many other rare classics, will return as lead composer for Yooka-Laylee. But it's not even just the music, everything about this game is designed to be reminiscent of Banjo-Kazooie. The wacky character designs, the transition screens, the UI, all the way to the little sound effects that play whenever you enter a new world, complete a task, or collect a Pagey. Or even the way the lead duo move about and work together as a team. It's all designed to be as nostalgic as possible. Yooka-Laylee is all about pure fun. It never takes itself too seriously, and it tries to remind us of the days when we were kids. This one's pretty cool, right? Local multiplayer definitely isn't as popular as it used to be, so it's awesome to see that Yooka-Laylee has included it. Thanks to Rextro's Arcade, you'll be able to play a bunch of mini-games with up to 4 players. Some of them will be racing, brawling battles, shooting arenas, and capture the flag styled games. But just like Rextro, if you don't have any friends, you can also play these single player and try to top your high scores. That's not all though, the game will also feature a form of campaign co-op, where the second player will take control of the B team. The B team will be able to collect things like quills and butterflies, but also aid Yooka and Laylee by disarming traps and helping them move past certain obstacles. It wasn't required, but the local multiplayer is a nice bonus that shows just how much Playtonic care about their fans. There we go guys, Yooka-Laylee. This will release on April the 11th for PS4, Xbox One, Windows, Mac and Linux, and for the Nintendo Switch later in the year. I gotta say, it looks good. Not just because it's old school platformer heaven, but because this game has heart. It's so easy to tell that Playtonic Games gave it their all. Everything about Yooka-Laylee shows a sense of love and passion. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, you can show your support by liking and subscribing. There's plenty more informative gaming content on the way, so I will see you soon.